Welcome to Salon Historian. Today we delve into one of the pivotal battles of World War II, the Battle of Seelow Heights. This clash was crucial in the final days of the war in Europe, marking the Soviet advance into Germany and paving the way for the fall of Berlin. Let's explore the events, strategies, and significance of this monumental battle. In early 1945, the Eastern Front was the stage for fierce fighting between the Soviet Red Army and Nazi Germany. The Battle of Seelow Heights, fought from April 16th to April 19th, was part of the larger Berlin offensive operation. It took place near the Oder River, about 90 kilometers east of Berlin, in what was then East Germany. By this time, the Soviet forces, led by Marshal Georgy Zhukov, had advanced significantly into German territory. The German forces, under the command of General Gotthard Heinrici, were determined to defend the Seelow Heights, a natural defensive position, to protect Berlin from the impending Soviet assault. Let's take a moment to understand the broader context of the Eastern Front. Since Operation Barbarossa in 1941, the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany had been locked in a brutal struggle. Key battles like Stalingrad and Kursk had already turned the tide in favor of the Soviets. By early 1945, the Red Army was poised to deliver the final blow to the Nazi regime. In preparation for the Berlin offensive, the Soviets amassed a staggering force of over 2.5 million soldiers, 6,250 tanks, and 7,500 aircraft. The Germans, though vastly outnumbered, fortified their positions along the Seelow Heights, making use of the natural terrain to create a formidable defense. General Heinrici, aware of the impending Soviet assault, ordered his troops to build extensive defensive works, including trenches, bunkers, and minefields. He also implemented a scorched earth policy, destroying bridges and infrastructure to slow the Soviet advance. The battle began on the morning of April 16th with a massive artillery bombardment by the Soviets, known as the God of War. Over 20,000 artillery pieces and Katyusha rocket launchers unleashed a devastating barrage on German positions. This was followed by an infantry and armored assault. Despite the overwhelming firepower, the German defenders, utilizing the high ground and fortified positions, managed to put up a staunch defense. The terrain, with its hills, rivers, and marshes, also made the Soviet advance difficult and costly. Marshal Zhukov's plan was ambitious, but faced several challenges. The initial assault was intended to be a swift breakthrough, but heavy fog and the unexpected resilience of the German defenses slowed the Soviet advance. Tanks became bogged down in the muddy terrain, and infantry units faced withering fire from well-concealed German positions. One of the key moments in the battle was the Soviet use of searchlights during the night, intended to blind the German defenders and assist the advancing troops. However, fog and smoke from the bombardment often rendered this tactic ineffective. Let's hear from some of the soldiers who fought in this brutal battle. Soviet soldier Ivan Petrov recalled, "The sky was lit up like daylight, but the fog and smoke made it hard to see. We advanced slowly, every step a battle against both the enemy and the elements." On the German side, Hans Müller said, "We knew this was a fight to the death. The artillery never stopped, and we held our positions with everything we had." The battle raged for 3 days, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The Soviets, determined to break through, committed more and more troops to the assault. The Germans, though outnumbered and outgunned, fought tenaciously to hold their ground. Marshal Zhukov made several key tactical decisions during the battle. He ordered the 1st Guards Tank Army to flank the German positions, hoping to encircle them. Meanwhile, the 8th Guards Army led a frontal assault to keep the pressure on. These maneuvers were crucial in gradually wearing down the German defenses. There were countless acts of heroism on both sides. Soviet Captain Alexander Pokrishkin led his men with extraordinary bravery, earning the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. On the German side, Major Karl-Heinz Bosca's leadership and tactical acumen helped his unit hold out longer than expected, despite overwhelming odds. On April 19th, after intense and brutal fighting, the Soviet forces finally broke through the German defenses. The capture of Seelow Heights opened the path to Berlin, leading to the final assault on the German capital. The fall of Berlin just 2 weeks later marked the end of the war in Europe. The Battle of Seelow Heights was one of the last major battles of World War II in Europe. It demonstrated the relentless Soviet advance and the desperate German defense as the war drew to a close. The Soviet victory at Seelow Heights was a turning point that directly led to the fall of Berlin and the ultimate surrender of Nazi Germany. The Battle of Seelow Heights is a stark reminder of the ferocity and devastation of World War II. It highlights the determination and sacrifice of those who fought on both sides. As we remember this battle, we honor the courage and resilience of the soldiers who endured its horrors. Thank you for watching our in-depth look at the Battle of Seelow Heights. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Salon Historian for more historical content. Let us know in the comments what other battles or events you would like us to cover. Remember the lessons of history and honor those who fought in these defining moments.
You can also help to support my channel at Patreon. Details in the description box below.